The research actually was plentiful. It was more a question of what to leave out than it was how to get it. I've had some books that, this one, which is coming out in June, Down to the Bone, which is about the McStay family murders. I had written 90,000 words 4 months before my deadline, and I ended up getting all the discovery materials, all the two sheriff's departments' investigative files, which did not come from a public records request, came from a source. So I had been gathering material for almost 12 years, and then I had a couple months to basically add 60,000 words, read the thousands and thousands and thousands of pages, and then write it, and then edit it, and then turn it in. But in this case, I had all those thousands of pages already. So I worked hard to get in touch with the detective who interviewed Ford when he walked into the sheriff's station that day. He was retired, he worked part-time, he did not return my call. I almost gave up. So one thing about writing true crime books is, especially if they're not current, it's difficult to get people to talk. So I also wrote a book on the Charles Manson case. I could not get anybody from the LAPD to return my call. I couldn't get anybody to talk to me. Literally just wall. I spoke to the sheriff's department. They told me they had 30 to 40, 50 boxes of archival material. Sure, make arrangements. Well, let me send it up the chain. Brick wall, nothing. So in this case, I actually had the treasures, and the original detective sent me his case files, which many times they don't want to share. But if you could get a retired detective, they're more willing to share. And he really felt strongly about this case. He worked really, really hard trying to find the person who, killed and left this torso in the water. He found another arm that was miles away on a beach, and they did DNA tests and they found that it was the same person, but that's all they could find. So when Ford walked into the office and turned himself in and volunteered to help try to identify this woman, he took him down to the river and said, "This is where I put her head, this is where I put the rest of her body parts," and obviously the currents took them. They did all these experiments with using the currents and sandbags and trying to recreate what had happened, and this was all in the detective's case notes.